Hello and welcome back to another video. I am sorry that I haven't uploaded in the past 3 weeks. I left to go do some stuff and then I got a cold and yeah, I probably sound like crap right now. And you'll probably hear that some of this was recorded before I left and some of this while I still had a bad cold. So yeah. Well, this is another solo build and I don't know, it's a fun build, I guess, and everything blows up, so I hope you enjoy it, and let's get straight into the review. I'm pretty sure talking about this, and the entire build, I am sick. After that, I won't be, and it'll mostly just be how I sound now, so yeah, enjoy it. Hello, this is the Solar Explosions loadout, and I will take you through it. I'm using the Sunbreaker subclass, any super, any barricade, any movement. I recommend throwing hammer because you have infinite of those and it works best with the build. Any grenade is good. I use solar grenade, use Solar Invictus and Roaring Flames. Roaring Flames makes it so final solar abilities or ignitions increases the damage of your solar abilities, and Solar Invictus is basically sunspots. Your fragments are Ember of Searing, Ember of Torches, Mercy, and Benevolence. Restoration Cure Radiant gives allies increased grenade melee and class ability regeneration. Mercy is when you revive, you gain restoration, or Fire Sprite grants restoration. Torches is powered melee attacks, makes you and nearby allies radiant. And Searing means that defeating scorched targets grants melee energy and crits a Fire Sprite. With this build, you are throwing hammers and making enemies explode. So Radiant, or Ember of Torches gives you Radiant, which increases your weapon damage, which is useful since you're throwing hammers all the time. Ember of Searing makes it so that, you get melee energy if you need melee energy, but a Fire Sprite links into Ember of Mercy, which makes it so it grants you restoration. This is not needed. I probably didn't realize that it only gives allies stuff. If you want to be the support guy, I guess you can do that. I would recommend instead changing to Empyrean could be good. Yeah, increasing the effects, so throwing multiple hammers would increase the duration, so basically you have infinite duration. Ember of Solace would also be good if you care about the -10 resilience. The rest is a bit mid, but you can choose whatever you want here. I would go Empyrean. And then the loadout itself, on my helmet I have Heavy Ammo Finder, Special Weapon Ammo Finder, and Harmonic Siphon. Harmonic Siphon makes it so my solar weapon final blows get an overpower. Special Ammo Finder and Heavy Ammo Finder is just to get ammo. I'll talk about why I have Special Ammo Finder on later. For your arms, I have... I'll just put on Resilience. I have Impact Induction, which makes it so damaging with a melee attack reduces your grenade cooldown. Power of melee final blows creates orbs of power, and you get class ability when you cause damage with a melee. Since you're doing tons of melee, you might as well get other abilities energy back. On my chest, I actually have Emergency Reinforcement. Since you don't need anything else in this build because you've got infinite melees anyway, you can replace it with Grenade Kickstart if you want that. Nothing else really, unless you want one of these, but I'd say Emergency Reinforcement is good because you just die less, and then I'd also put some resistances on, but since my chest's stats, they're decent, but they're not optimal since I'm missing out on quite a few. Once you masterwork this, you just put on some resistances. On my legs, I've got better already. where your health immediately begins to regenerate immediately after picking up an orb of power. Swap this with anything else you want. Solar weapon surge, it's all obvious. Solar damage, increased solar damage, and stacks on stacks, which is really useful because it gives you an additional stack of armor charge when picking up an orb of power. My class ability, I've got Bomber, which reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. You don't need the outreach since you've got infinite melee anyway. Decaying armor charge is long duration, and then another stack of Bomber. The weapons I'm using are Riptide, Jotun, and Unwavering Duty. Any solar machine gun will work here. And this is the reason why I have Special Ammo Finder, because I'm running double special, and I'm finding that, yes, you can run this and it won't hurt you at all. Definitely get the Jotun Catalyst on if you have it. Jotun is your solar weapon, it explodes, it does tons of damage, and the Catalyst makes it so it has incandescent, so it puts scorch on enemy targets surrounding the one you kill, and the faster charge time when surrounding back events. And yeah, Jotun's just really good for solar ad clear. Riptide's good for single target damage with the chill clip and auto loading holster, or chill clip and whatever you have. Machine guns are really good right now because you can basically replace primary weapons with them, which is why I have a machine gun on right now. Not the best roll ever, but it's got incandescent, so it does the job in ad clear as well as the Jotun. So yeah, that's the build, and let's get straight back into it.
The artifact mods that benefit this build are authorized mods Solar, Solar Surge, and
so this build is basically
transfer.
Spam hammers the build.
It's
It's similar, or the way to use it is similar to the Lordly Splendor hammer build, which appeared in Season of the Haunted, I'm pretty sure. Where the Severance Enclosure exotic makes it so that whenever you hit someone with a powered melee, they explode. So if you throw a hammer at a normal enemy, they will explode, and everything around them will explode. Since it doesn't do that much damage, they'll usually just like fly in the air, but they can't do much anyway, so. But I mean, it's still fun, I guess. And I mean, yeah, I'm using double special in this build because I don't know. I mean, this is before the primary buff, so I don't really see a point of using a primary when you've got two fusion rifles which have a lot of ammo anyway, plus a machine gun which never runs out of ammo because they're basically the go-to heavy weapon now for ad clear because they're basically just primary weapons at this point. And yeah, so what, throw hammers, you get healing by doing stuff, and radiant by throwing hammer, sunspots, yeah, for healing. And armor charge, having 3 armor charge and then your shield breaking gives you ×2 resist or ×3 resist. So you're harder to kill that way. And yeah, so a roundup summary, basically shoot stuff, throw hammers, and you don't die. Yeah. Now, the weaknesses and strengths of the build. The weaknesses is that this probably won't be the most useful in high tier content just because it is a melee build. And I'm not saying that melee builds are bad, I'm just saying that it's extremely risky to go up and melee enemies in stuff like Grandmasters. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for that. And since the Solar Hammer won't one-shot them, so you just keep on spamming them until they die, which I mean does damage to other dudes. So if it's low tier ads, it might be alright, maybe for just finishing one off and getting some damage to the rest with your hammer, as long as you can be accurate with the hammer from long range. Yeah, so basically the only weakness is that it's risky and that if you are extremely unlucky and get no ammo, well, you have no ammo. I mean, but I don't see that happening. The strengths of the build is that this is not that bad ad clear build. It's pretty fun to use, especially just destroying enemies with like Jotun and stuff. Having double special is always fun, and running around with machine guns as well. So yeah, those are the strengths and weaknesses. Well, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed the first video in ages. My next video will hopefully be an arc build, because I've done none of those. But I mean, basically we've already gotten the best arc build, because arc is basically the you could say it's the grenade class, but you could also say that it's the melee class. It's kind of weird. Arc is a bit undefined because you've got Falling Star, which increases the Thunder Crash damage, and you've got the Storm Grenades, and the Touch of Thunder aspect basically makes grenades super good, so maybe I can create some Ionic Traces build or something. But yep, that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.